Hello little dreamers and grown-ups too. Welcome to Benny and the Bedtime Clouds. Gentle bedtime stories to help little ones feel cozy, calm and ready for sleep. Ready for some bedtime stories? Great. Mary's Summer Piano. Benny, his tiny mouse friend Pip, and Ron the Smiling Cloud were gliding low over the golden meadows when they heard it. Soft notes like raindrops turning into sunlight. They followed the sound to the willow tree by the pond, where Mary the Frog sat on a little wooden stool. In front of her, balanced on a stump, was a piano, small enough for her webbed feet, yet somehow able to sing with the voice of summer evenings. Mary looked up, her eyes sparkling. "I used to find it overwhelming to learn new things," she said quietly, her green fingers resting on the keys. "But after some practice and determination, I learned how to play the piano." She pressed a key, and Ron leaned closer, letting a gentle ribbon of cloud wrap around them all like a hug. Pip's whiskers twitched to the rhythm, and Benny's ears caught every tender note. The song wandered like fireflies over water, sometimes bright, sometimes slow and thoughtful. The meadows seemed to lean in to listen. Even the dragonflies held still. When Mary finished, no one clapped. They didn't need to. The moment itself was the applause. The warm air, the quiet ripples, the feeling that learning something new could open secret doors in the heart. Benny's paws felt heavier in the sweetest way, as if the music had tucked little pockets of peace into them. He lay back on Ron's soft cloud and watched the evening bloom into stars, his eyes slowly closing as the last notes shimmered in the air. The end. If you enjoy these gentle stories, please consider tapping like and subscribe. It really helps this little channel grow, and we'll be right here every night. Benny and the Sleepy Lake. Benny was riding on Ron while the warm evening sun brushed the sky with honey. Pip sat on his shoulder, holding a little buttercup as if it were a lantern. Mary hopped beside them, her toes making tiny ripples in the cloud's fluff. Below they saw a sleepy lake, shaped like no lake they had ever seen. It didn't stay still. It kept changing shape every few moments. A star, a spiral, a wing, a heart, and then something no one could name at all. Curious, they floated down. The surface wasn't made of water, but of soft, silvery light. "This is the lake of true shapes," said a voice, and from the glow rose a tall heron with eyes like moonlight. "It shows who you truly are. Some come here to change their shapes, thinking they must be different to be enough." Benny peered into the lake. At first, his reflection shimmered into a dozen other bears. Bigger, smaller, brighter, stranger. Pip's reflection became a silver fox, a jewel bright bird, a waterfall. Mary's became a dragon, a starfish, a swirl of lilies. But then, one by one, the shapes faded until only Benny's round, soft bear self remained. Pip's whiskered, bright-eyed mouse self, and Mary's green, wide smiling frog self. "You could be anything," the heron said gently, "but the shape you are is already perfect." Ron let out a happy puff of cloud, sprinkling warm golden sparkles over them. Pip's buttercup lantern glowed brighter. Mary hummed a tune that made the lake ripple with laughter. That night, back on Ron's gentle back, Benny closed his eyes. He felt the truth settle over him like the warmest blanket. He didn't need to be anything else. He was already just right. His breathing slowed, his thoughts softened, and he curled deeper into the clouds' warm fluff as the sky turned velvet. The end. Benny and the Kingdom in the Dandelion. Benny, with Pip riding on his paw, sat on Ron as they drifted over a sunlit meadow. Mary hopped beside them, her toes tickling the soft vapor. A warm breeze bent the tall grasses, and Benny's eyes caught the silver shimmer of a single dandelion swaying below. "Let's go inside," Pip whispered, her whiskers twitching. Ron, chuckling softly, shrank them all down until the world became a towering green forest. They hopped from stem to stem until they reached the dandelion's round head, each seed like a white star suspended on its own stalk. Benny pushed between two seeds and gasped. Inside the fluff was an entire glowing world. Delicate bridges spun from spider silk connected floating seed islands. Tiny lantern moths drifted lazily, their wings painting golden ripples in the air. The ground beneath was made of pollen dunes, soft as warm flour. Mary bounded forward and landed in a pool of light dust, laughing as it rose around her like glittery fog. Pip found a hollow stem that hummed like a flute when the wind brushed through it, and soon she was playing soft, lilting notes that made the lantern moths twirl in time. Far above, Ron rested like a gentle ceiling cloud, letting the dandelion seeds sway against his belly, shading them in pale silver. Benny wandered slowly, touching the pollen with his paw, feeling how impossibly gentle it was, like touching a thought before it floated away. As Pip's song slowed, the seed islands began to drift apart, each one sailing toward the meadow beyond. Benny curled up in one, the tiny stem rocking like a boat, the air warm and full of soft golden breath. His eyes closed as if the pollen itself had whispered him into stillness. The end. Good night, little dreamers.